Hey everyone, it's Sive Morten here from ForexPeaceArmy.com bringing you our daily Forex market rundown. Today we return to discussing the euro. There wasn't really any significant news, so we'll go straight to looking at how our plan based on technical analysis is working and what perhaps might need to be changed. Looking at the daily chart, things are actually looking pretty solid. After that big push upward, we're seeing the market in this tight consolidation phase, which honestly is a really good sign of bullish sentiment in the market. And, overall, the market seems to be gearing up for a potential upward move. So right now, our main job is to open a position if you haven't done that yet. Last time we chatted about how in situations like this, it always makes sense to split your position and enter the market in chunks. Because if you're more or less confident in the direction, your main task is to join this movement. And it's not at all necessary for you to enter a position exactly at the optimal reversal point. Of course, this is desirable, but everyone understands, all realists know, that it is often difficult to do this. So in these situations, we always suggest getting into the market step by step. I call this accumulating a position. You open part of your position at one level, and if the market dips a bit more, you add to it. And overall, you end up with fairly attractive positions at the average price, with which you are already participating in the main movement. That's basically the idea. On the daily chart, I don't see any particular nuances here. Let's take a look at what we have intraday. On the 4-hour chart, here the formation of either a pennant or a triangle becomes more pronounced, which is also very good. Typically, after a big move up or down, when you see a triangle forming, it's a sign the trend will continue. That is, very often it forms before the continuation of the move. Here we see that there is a good upward movement, which we have already discussed here. This was a reversal bar. Here look again, yesterday there was a good upward move, a strong push inside. Overall, this is not bad. We've got this small bullish grabber pattern here, which suggests we might see some upward movement. At the moment, if you are planning to open a long position, it might make sense to open part of your position within this triangle. There's definitely a risk, of course, we might see a deeper pullback. But generally speaking, if you're entering the market in stages like I mentioned, it makes sense to open a small position here. Maybe 20 to 30% of your total trading size, just so you don't completely miss out on the move if it happens. Finally, on the hourly chart, here you can watch, for example, for something resembling a reverse head and shoulders. So you can see here, maybe this is the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder might be forming. Looking at this info, we could probably enter around 1555 or so, which should be right where the right shoulder hits its lowest point. This way we can position ourselves for a possible continuation of the upward movement. So that's about the euro. For the British pound, it's pretty much the same story. The market is hovering around the same levels as yesterday. But the overall situation for the pound looks more attractive than for the euro. I explained this in detail in the video yesterday, and I believe it's worth paying attention to. This might actually be one of the best potential trades available on Forex right now. Because for pound sterling to US dollar there is indeed very strong support and good patterns. So yeah, it really does make sense to keep an eye on this. That's it. Well, that's probably it for now. Let's keep an eye on how things unfold. We should expect things to speed up one way or another soon, since the market's been stuck in this pretty tight range for several days now. So something should happen here. Fingers crossed our plan works out and we see normal behavior based on the patterns we're currently seeing on the daily chart. It is implied that this should be an upward movement. That's all for today. Catch you tomorrow.